Today we're going to be learning how to do a bridge for beginners gymnastics. Now, as this lesson is, unfortunately I don't have anybody to demonstrate it, but we're going to move forward and I'm going to explain to you how to do it and what you're going to learn from doing it. First, as an instructor, you're going just to basically be assessing keeping your core tight, your arms straight and locked, and your feet parallel and flat on the ground. So first, you're going to just get into a starting position for a bridge, which is basically just laying on your back, making sure your knees are bent and your feet are kept flat on the floor. It can't be pointed, it can't be like off center, it has to be flat. And then you're going to place your hands by your ears with the palms facing on the ground. But before we start doing all of that, you're going to have to stretch first before we start that lesson and skill, because it can be, as beginners, as a kid, it's going to be very tough on your wrist as you bend it, and it can become sore, and it can be really difficult on your shoulders too as you push off the ground. So as I explained, the first step, the next step you're going to do is push into a bridge. Once you push off into the bridge, you're going to push your body up until only your hands and feet are touching the ground and your back is completely arched. Now, for your back to be completely arched, you're going to have to push your body up into a arch, a curved area. So it can, basically, you have to curve your spine, you have to hold that position. And when you hold that position, you're going to have to keep your core tight just in case, you become off balance. And if you become off balance, it is going to be very easy for you to completely fall out of that position, your starting position, and then you have to start over again. Once you're comfortable and you are completely stable and your feet are flat to the ground, your wrists are flexed, and your arms are really touching your ears, you're going to get into a correct bridge position. And once you're in a bridge position, you're going to tighten your arms and legs and push your shoulders off over your head and your wrists to your shoulders to form a straight line on the floor. And it can be very difficult to completely move your legs straight. And if you're not comfortable, you can hold the original position with your legs bent, but you still have to keep your back arched. Once you're comfortable, you're going to keep your fingers and your toes lined up with your body, and you cannot turn out. Once you turn out your wrists, you are going to completely lose balance and fall out of that position. And it can cause serious back issues if your fingers and your toes are completely turned out. And you always have to keep your knees together, because if your knees are bent out, it can cause more stress on your spine and it can cause injuries, and maybe if you keep doing that, it can cause future injuries as you continue to your gymnastic career, and it can cause more back issues in your lower back area. So you have to remember to work up to that position, such as the first position, keeping your knees straight, and once you're comfortable, you can go into the correct position with keeping your legs straight at a diagonal angle. As the beginners are doing that, the instructor is going to have to make sure that your back is completely arched and to make sure your fingers and your toes are not turned out. And as the instructor, you have to keep reminding them it's not going to be easy. You're not going to hit the correct bridge position on your first try. It's going to take a couple of tries. If gymnastics players just don't master the skill and it takes them a while, then you have to do the alternative, which is getting a foam wheel cheese, a cheese wheel, that's what we call it. And you're gonna have to, basically, that supports your back and to keep to holding your position up, so it'll be easy for you to have something underneath you. And once you're comfortable, you can remove that gymnastic object or equipment and learn how to hold yourself up. Also, another equipment that you can use in the gymnastics is floor mats. Now, you can stack them up. That would basically give your feet a higher platform so you can hold the position, to help you hold the position, basically. And then you have to put your feet on the mat to like get more comfortable, and it helps you basically to tighten your muscles and just tighten that position to keeping your back arched, that because that's the most important, keeping your back arched. And you have to be stabilized and like just still to hold that position. It basically also builds like flexibility to do other skills as time goes on. Once you're done doing that lesson, you're going to most importantly stretch afterwards, because it can bring a toll on your body at such a young age. You have to make sure to stretch your abs, your arms, and basically your legs, because it will cause your sore to be tight if you don't stretch, in the beginning of the lesson. You will be sore, and it can cause basically hindering on your body and your muscles, and especially your joints too.